Hi everyone, it's me, Amie, from the Natomas Garden and Arts Club again with another easy to make holiday gift. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I have some slides I'd like to show you that I prepared to tell you. So let's go back up to the beginning. Bear with me. Okay, so we're gonna make easy to make earrings. And I don't know if you guys have ever made earrings before. They're really easy to do and fun. And they make a really good holiday gift. It doesn't look too homemade. Here are some examples of earrings that we made with the Natomas Garden and Arts Club members last year in 2019. We had a make and take event where we all gathered together, and it was so much fun. It's very easy to do, it's inspiring, and I wish you guys could gather together to do it with me, but this is the next best thing. This is a big pile of stuff I have ready to make some earrings. And it looks like a lot, but it really isn't that much. But let's gather our materials together. All right, so we have, first of all, basically 6 things that you need. You need beads, that's obvious, ear wires and findings, and wire or string. Those are to put the beads together so that they hang, and you can hang them off of your ears. For supplies, for tools, you'll need someplace to put your beads, which plate is a wonderful thing, bead sorters. Tweezers are helpful to pick up small beads. You're going to need something to cut the wire. Scissors, wire cutters, pliers. You're definitely going to need some kind of needle nose pliers to bend and twist your wires. And the cardstock and metallic pens at the end, that's just a nice way to display them for gifting, to make it a nicer presentation. So let's talk about the beads and the things that I make my earrings out of and where I find these things. And if you look at the plate there on the side, I have old necklaces and I have buttons off of old clothing. I have old jewelry that's broken or fallen apart, or I have only one earring and I want to deconstruct it. I also have very peculiar things like feathers, which is, you can see it took a while to find pairs of feathers, but there was a phase when I made a lot of feather earrings. I've also got game pieces and acorns or interesting pieces of wood. All these things can easily be made into really beautiful, artful ear decorations. And you can see the ones there on the right-hand side are actually made with fishing lures. And I have a whole big old vat full of fishing lures that got to take the hooks off, but they make wonderful, wonderful earrings out of them. So today we're going to make teardrop earrings. You could make on the board that you saw there, this is a teardrop, and you can see why that is skinny at the top, fat at the bottom. But you could have an inverted teardrop, which is kind of self-explanatory. A diamond would be fat in the middle and skinny on the top and bottom. Or straight is just essentially the same diameter gauge from top to bottom. So the simple steps to making, and I say simple, I'm going to put that in air quotes, choosing your beads, loading your wire, twisting the loops, and attaching the ear wire. This part of it will take you about, steps 2 through 4, 2, 3, and 4 will take you about five minutes. Step 1 could take all day, looking for different combinations of beads to get just exactly the effect that you want. So here's a reference, and I'll put this up again after I'm done, but let me just show you what we've got going on for our live one that's kind of awkward. It's high today. The earrings that I have on are a teardrop with a little bit of an extra because I attached this little tassel to the end. So we're going to make essentially that. And this is, I don't want to drop it. What I've done is I've done one of them for you there. And the other one I have set to go, ready to put onto the ear wire. And I've got kind of, I don't know if you can see the Christmas theme that I've got going on here, but I did want to show you. This is my bead sorting plate, and it's actually my watercolor palette. But I have the beads of different gauge, different size, similar colors. And I went back and forth, and I have my ear wire, and I load them and unload them and load them and unload them. I have the big pair, the big ones that are really cool center beads that I wanted to work on, and then frame up what goes cool with them and what the size would be. And so it took me about an hour to land on this particular combination, because like I said, I was going for a Christmas theme. So choosing the beads is one step, but it might take you all day. All right, so what we're going to do, this is our ear wire, and ear wires are they're really cool because you can, I don't know if I can get a good shot on it. This one has a loop at the end. You can also, they're called head pins if you find the ones that are just flat on the end, which these ones here are made with just a flat on the end like that. I also found some that have rhinestones on the end, they're easier than, you could do this with the wound wire and then just cut it and twist it yourself. But I find these not expensive, about $3, $4 for about 25 of them. So here's my strip of beads that I have together that I'm going to put on. Now, this is the bottom, and that's going to hold the beads from coming off. So I'm going to go from the bottom up, which means the biggest to the smallest. And I did want to mention here, excuse me, if you notice, these smaller beads are going to go in between the large beads. And it's not a must, but it does kind of help to give a, you still get the shape, but it makes the earrings a little bit longer and a little less clunky. So, all right, so I like to use spacer beads. You can use seed beads for that, or just a smaller bead. So, all right, starting with the big one, and a spacer, and the second bead, and a spacer. And like I said, this part right here is going to be really fast. If the first time you do it, I mean, to get this combination that you're satisfied with will take you probably 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or 12 or 100 times going back and forth. But once you have the pattern down, the first one's hard, the second one's easy, put it that way. All right. So then what you're going to do when you get to the top of it, and this is also part of choosing your beads, is you want to make sure that you have enough of the wire left at the end to make a loop to put the ear wire on. Here's your ear wire right here, the part that goes into your ear. But not so much so that there's a space and the beads move around. So the way you do that, make sure it's nice and tight up against the bottom. Take the top. I like these needle nose pliers. They have a little bit of an offset to them so that they're, and I just pinch it right at the end and twirl it around thusly till it gets a nice curve to it. And then I just squeeze it on in. And I might want to, before I get it tight, drop on my ear wire so that that's, you know, that's at this point, come up at the top and give it a kind of a pinch. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing there, but I'm trying to get that wire nice and tight there and get that to focus. And voila. Now, like I said, this one's gonna have a little extra dangly at the end. This I found off of this is a really cool pair of earrings that I had in high school. And it had bamboo on the stem and then these tassels at the end, and bit by bit the bamboo broke. So, and then I lost one, and et cetera, et cetera. So I have these little tassels. I've been repurposing this. I particularly love this pair of earrings, so I want to make sure that the pieces of it are well taken care of rather than just throwing it away. So this little guy right here, and I don't know if you can get a good shot at it, those are the tassel thingies, and this little circle at the top is called a jump ring. And a jump ring serves to attach one section of beads or one bead to another. And they're really handy because if you put jump rings together, if you put your beads or your bead parts together with jump rings, it gives the earring more movement at the end of the day. So let me try to close this. Let's see, kind of blind. All right, this is where tweezers are a second pair of pliers comes in here. These are the straight pliers right here. You can use these to catch a hold of it. Make it easier to squeeze it with the left hand, just like that. Oops. I guess it didn't get quite close, but there you go. You get the idea, hanging it right there from the end. I don't know if I can get. So that took us about, 5 minutes or so to, like I said, to string them up. Once you get them strung up, and then the last thing I wanted to show you is this is cardstock, and I cut it into these little rectangle pieces like this, just rectangle pieces. And then I took it and I bent the top of it here so that it can hang over a wire. You can stand it up. And I put 2 little holes in it like that. And I have these, one of my favorite things are metallic Sharpies. And I'm just going to write on this little greeting. And then I can put the earrings in there just like so. Oops. Certainly lost my tassel already. And there's a ready-made Christmas gift there. Just put my tassel back on. But like I said, easy to make. You could make Christmas gifts for everyone from one old necklace in an afternoon for about $5. Let me put up the resources again, and you can always get the information from our website, natomasgac.org. You can also email me at my email, atokuhama@natomasgac.org. I do encourage you to go by Capital City Beads. They've got cool stuff. You could spend a day there. Beautiful stuff. And it's right over there on L Street in Midtown, 12th and L or something. So really nice people too. So if you have an idea for a gift or a presentation, a craft idea that you'd like to share with the club, email that to me too at atokuhama@natomasgac.org. I'd love to see your ideas. Sharing creativity is what we're all about here at the Natomas Garden and Arts Club. Thanks a lot. See you next time.